Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to my YouTube session. And in this session, let's talk about what are functions and how to use them. I have put one statement just here. So it says in Python or in any programming language, function is a group of related statement that performs the specific task. So what does it mean? Just listen to these statements and I'll take you through this demo and everything will get very clearer. Just listen to it. So basically, if you have a few set of statements and if you want to wrap that whole set of statement into one module, then you can declare function name and wrap all the statements inside that function so that if you want to call that function, you can just call that by its function name and automatically all those statements belongs to that function will get executed. Okay, now let's jump into a practical thing and let's see with one demo. Now let's declare a function. So to declare a function, always remember this identifier called def. This is the identifier you need in case you wanted to declare a function. Now let's say if I say greet me is a function name and I say colon. I'm using this colon at the end, which means you are done with the first line of declaring a function name. So we are done with declaring the first line of the function name. So I put colon here. So now you got it right. So def is an identifier in case you need to declare a function, and this is the function name. You can call anything. Now in this program, I'm calling it as greet me. Now you see in Python, as soon as I hit enter, my cursor comes here. That clearly indicates that in Python, indentation plays a very important role. Like in other programming language, you would see an opening parenthesis and a closing parenthesis, right? So do remember Python follows indentation so that what you write belongs to these functions. Now, for example, if you hit enter and your cursor jumps in over here, can you see this? Your cursor is here. So in Python, we don't have any parentheses like in other programming we have because Python does not know when the function got ended. So that is why I said indentation plays a very important role in Python. So please do remember. Now, for example, if I wanted to end this and I wanted to write something outside this function, I need to click backspace. I need to come at the beginning. So whatever I write just after this, it does not belongs to this function. So always remember. Now, since we wanted to write few statements in this function, so I just have to hit enter. And wherever my cursor takes me, I will be writing. Now for now, I will print a statement like this. For example, print, I would say good morning. Next, again, I'll just say, I will say good afternoon. And then I will say good evening. Cool, right? Perfect. Now let's learn how you can call this function. So if you wanted to call this function, you need to come at the beginning of this line, right? So if you want to call this function, you just need to call the function name. Now you say greet. Now can you correlate as what I said in these statements? What did I say? In Python, function is a group of related statement that performs a specific task. So here I just gave print. We can always learn while we proceed with these sessions, or if you would see my next sessions, you will see building upon this. But as of now, just think that is the set of statement, right? And if you want to call that function, you can just call that by its function name. So now, as it is, I said, if I wanted to call this function, I will call this by its name. Now let's execute this and see. Perfect. You could see good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Perfect, right? So we simply created a function and we have called that function using Python. Now let's understand about what is parameterized function. So now let's suppose if I want to send some parameter from my function call, if I wanted to send some parameter from my function call, okay, let's say it needs to be greeted with Vivek Gupta. So I'll say Vivek Gupta, correct? Basically, you're sending one string. This is one string, and this string needs to be catched. So you need to say one variable. So this string value will get stored in here. Now what we will do, we'll just concatenate since we wanted to greet this with Vivek Gupta, right? Now we say name. We are just concatenating it. That's it. And both are string, right? Then I say plus name. Now let's execute and see what happens. Now you see good morning Vivek Gupta, good afternoon Vivek Gupta, good evening Vivek Gupta, right? So that's it. Now what have you learned? Now you understood how to send a parameter. Now you understood how to send a parameter from this function call. Perfect, right? And how to call that function. Now you have also seen how to call a function with a function name, and you have also learned how to create that function. So this is how you have learned, and we have covered everything in functions. Thanks a lot guys for watching this video.